Hi, my name is G. Sachin Amingar.
Myself, Prithviraj Potham Shetty.
We have done project on solar-driven water management system.
In this solar-driven water management system, this project mainly includes water filtration for both domestic purposes and also for drinking purposes. And our project also includes the recycling of sewage water, wastewater, which comes from households or industrial wastages. Through this, we can eradicate the scarcity of water. We can reuse the water for further uses, and scarcity of water is avoided by using our project. Now let us move on to the filtration process. In this filtration process, we have sedimentation tank, sedimentation for carrying sedimentation process, and a coagulation and a flocculation tank. An activated charcoal chamber. Finally, we have a storage tank. Now coming to the source for our project is this source. From this we'll be collecting the raw water to the sedimentation tank, and you can see here the water present in this sedimentation tank. That is the sedimented portion, which you can see at the bottom of this tank. In this sedimentation, the dense particles, the particles which have higher density, moves downwards and settles at the bottom of this sedimentation tank. After the sedimentation process is completed, we will be sending this water to coagulation and flocculation tank by opening this valve. You can see the water flowing into this coagulation and flocculation tank. Now we have to add a coagulant for this coagulation tank. The coagulant we are taking is aluminium potassium sulfate. Now let us add an amount of alum for this water. By letting this water undisturbed for 5 to 6 hours, the particles which are having very smaller sizes are binded by that coagulant, by that alum together, and it lets that smaller particles come together, and then those particles are settled down at the bottom of this coagulation and flocculation tank. In the sedimentation tank, most of the particles which are having tiny size, smaller size, may not sediment at the bottom. By using this coagulation process, we are able to make the very smaller particles settle. Coagulation process has been completed. We have to open this valve and let the water to enter into this chlorination tank. And in this chlorination tank, we will be killing the harmful bacteria. If any harmful bacteria and viruses are present in this, which causes diseases and infections, we have to kill that bacteria in this chlorination tank. As a disinfectant, we are adding chlorine, liquid form of chlorine we are taking. You can see this is the liquid form of chlorine water. In other words, we have to add 0.5 ml of chlorine for 1 liter of water. Now let us add in that water. Letting that water undisturbed for a while, the bacteria and viruses and harmful bacteria are killed in that, which are present in that water. After the chlorination process is carried out, we have in this water, if we have high hardness, the water which we have taken having high ppm levels, then we have to add sodium carbonate anhydrous. Sodium carbonate anhydrous. By adding this, we can reduce the ppm levels. The amount which we add is depends on the how much hardness in the water. Then by adding this, we are able to reduce the hardness which is present in this water. What is the use of adding this or reducing the hardness in water? Generally, if we have high hardness in water, it leads to the high consumption of soap, and it may lead to wear out of utensils, so that it is required for us to add some chemicals like sodium carbonate for the reduction of hardness. After the chlorination and the reduction of hardness in this water is completed, we can use this water for domestic purposes like washing clothes and washing utensils and for bathing, etc. By opening this valve and this thing, we will be sending this water for domestic purposes, and we can, by closing this valve, we can restrict the water flow, and through this pipe we are sending the water for further purification for drinking purposes. This is the activated charcoal, in which the water gets effectively purified, which is useful for drinking. In this activated carbon or activated charcoal chamber, we have to add powdered activated charcoal. Here you can see the activated carbon, which is in powder form. Now let us add an amount of activated carbon, which is in powder form, to that activated charcoal chamber. The use of this powdered activated carbon is, if any microorganisms which are present in this water, our activated carbon will remove those microorganisms, and it also removes the poisonous gases. It absorbs the poisonous gases which are present in this water, which cannot be removed by the process of coagulation, flocculation, and as well as in sedimentation. After the filtration of water is completed in activated charcoal chamber, we have to open this valve for letting the water into the storage tank, so that we can drink this water. Before using this water for drinking, we have to add a pinch of calcium fluoride, which is used to stop the decay of teeth. Let that water undisturbed for a while, and then we can use that water for drinking. After adding calcium fluoride, this water is used for drinking. According to our measurement, the ppm levels in this water is about 45, and now we can use this water for drinking. Now coming to the recycling of sewage water, sewage filtration system, we'll be having at first we have to do screening process. In this we are having three grades of mesh. This is the primary screening, secondary and tertiary screening. Through this, the solid wastage is restricted to flow into the sedimentation tanks. In this, generally we have sedimentation, aeration, primary chlorination, and the other process in which color order of the sewerage water is removed. Now we can see the water flow. Sewage water comes through this, enters through this pipe in this way. You can see here the paper wastages and the vegetable wastages. The polythene covers are stopped by the primary stage, and at this secondary screening, small solid particles, solid wastage are stopped, and here very minute particles, minute wastage present in this sewage water are restricted here, and then by opening this valve, we'll enter the water into sewage sedimentation tank. In this, the sewage water looks like this. After the sedimentation process completed, by this pipe, by opening this valve, we'll be sending the water to this aeration tank. In this aeration tank, water is exposed to atmospheric air so that it absorbs oxygen, it consumes oxygen, and we are using for this aeration process, we are using a motor having an RPM of 1400 and having a capacity of 1/70 horsepower. Now we can see the working of this. You can see the working of this. The water gets disturbed in this aeration tank by using a motor. Fan is attached to it, so that water gets effectively exposed to atmosphere and it absorbs the oxygen. Now we have completed aeration process. Then our next task is to send this water into this tank. In this tank we are adding H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, which removes the smell in this sewage water. Now let us add some amount of By adding this H2O2, the bad smells or odors present in the sewage water are removed. This sewage water is having an ppm of 580. We have to reduce the hardness of this sewage water. For that we are adding sodium carbonate anhydrous for it. Let us add some sodium carbonate to this water, as we have earlier added H2O2 for removing the color, for removing the bad smells present in it. Let that water undisturbed for a while so that it gets reacted with the sodium carbonate and the hardness of the water is reduced. Now we have to remove the color from this sewage water. For that we are adding Chempure. Chempure is added for the removal of color from the sewage water. After this, we have to open this valve. Water enters into this tank, chlorination tank, primary chlorination tank. You can see that the color of the water is slightly changed. Yes, the color is changed. In this we have to add an amount of chlorine water. For this is primary chlorination, where the disinfectants infectants are killed. Now we are adding primary chlorine water to this water, to the sewerage water. After letting this for some time, we have to open this valve and through this pipe. We are sending the water for source. By this, the recycling of water is completed. Through that source, we can use this water for further filtration for both domestic and drinking purposes. Till now we have seen the working model of our project or demo of our project, solar driven water management system. Why we have added solar to the title of our project is, we can also use solar energy when implementing this project in a large scale, large sectors. There we can save huge amount of electricity. Though we know that solar energy is eco-friendly and it is having a high lifetime, it is having low maintenance cost, and it is renewable energy.
From our main motto, we say that it is useful for the people living in rural areas. By implementing this project, scarcity of water is avoided. Underground water level is saved. We can save for the government budget up to 58%. By further development of our project, we will try for better results. Thank you.